Because I feel like that's where we're at in our day. Most of the prophetic words, most of the prophets are speaking things that are about the wind and the waves. The stuff that puts Jesus to sleep. Why? Because that's what keeps us awake. The stuff that puts Jesus to sleep. That's what we come out to. We come out to the stuff that's going to, tell me about the money. Tell me about the financial times. Tell me about what crisis is coming. Tell me about the wind and the waves. Tell me about that. Jesus is sleeping. Let me tell you about Gethsemane. Let me tell you about the cross. Is that even prophetic language? Is that even allowed anymore? Whoa, you kind of went heavy there, brother. Tell me about introspection. Let's speak against abortion. Let's ask ourselves how many times we've aborted. What? How dare you, Jason? How dare you what? How dare you speak against the church? What? Speak against the church? I never wrote a song about the church. They were all vulnerable songs about me. I was Jacob. I was the dying star. Man, people are so sensitive. Maybe it was true for them. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just that I was being sensitive about their sin. Maybe I wasn't the only one that's aborted. Maybe I wasn't the only one. And that's the beautiful thing about what God's calling our generation to, young and old. We weren't supposed to be the place that imputes the transgressions of the world upon the world or blames the world for the sins of the world. Paul said that we weren't supposed to be even doing that. We're supposed to be the place where we can concentrate on the sins of the world that exist right here among us. Make a place for the sins in the world so that they can be concentrated on in order that they can actually be dealt with. And what if we became a place where the spirit of abortion didn't exist? Just like, right, what if we were a place that the spirit of Molech didn't exist? What if the church was actually completely free of politics? Agenda. What if we were totally free of that? What if we wanted the word of Jesus? What if the only thing that we demanded of our worship leaders and our pastors was that they were spending time with Jesus? And that's all they were doing, is just spending time with Jesus and just trying their best to vulnerably express what Jesus is actually saying to the church. What if we were willing to not drink coffee because we're addicted? We actually drank coffee to stay awake for long hours of 80-year-old men in churches telling us how to actually live the life, the long obedience in the same direction. I think that's where we're going. That's what I'm seeing in this generation. A longing for things that are deeper. A longing for a relationship. Old man, take my hand now. Let us walk together. A longing to stop resisting what God's already placed in our life and see the beauty of what He's already given us. You know? Just like what Bryan, was saying. Like, to me, with Bryan, I could care less whether people like the song. I don't have Bryan sing songs because people like it. Or people don't like it. I have Bryan sing songs because I love them. I love Bryan. It's like the song's finished, the song isn't finished. It doesn't even matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, the song was finished after you said, I've been too afraid to write you. There it is. It's open, right? It's so beautiful. There it is. The Word of God to us. The cross is always ready. It's the birthing place for the kingdom in our lives. It's almost like Jesus, when His Word comes to us, there's always that moment of resistance because I have to be willing to be suspended, to be expanded, to allow for the tension, to allow for a birthing to take place. Oftentimes, the real words that come to us, that are real words, don't get us all jumping up and down. They don't make me excited. When I'm sitting in the seat, and this is a good thing for those of you that minister publicly in front, think of all the times that God is actually really transforming you. Like you're really listening to a message that's transforming you. You hardly ever, when you're being transformed, you're hardly ever going, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what you're doing. When you're really being transformed, this is what's happening to me. So just start thinking about that so that when you're singing a song, it might be really powerful. Who cares if they get it? What does people having to get stuff have to do with anything? No, I really mean it. Like, why do they have to get it? Why do you have to get my songs? Why? What is it in me that wants to make sure that you get my song? So you buy it? Oh, no, I didn't sign up for that. I'm not a capitalistic musician. Half the songs I sang this weekend aren't even on the back table. You can't buy them. We just wrote them. You'll get them on YouTube for free, long before they ever even come out of the CD. That's no way to run a business. It's not. I'm not a businessman. I'm horrible at it. It's just not. It's not. It's just the way it is. People come to me all the time. How do you do what you do? I just don't know how you do what you do. I don't know. This is it. You just got to be free. Woo! Stop. Who taught you that the word that would come as kingdom and as power? Who taught you that men wouldn't violently attack you? Who taught you that Jesus and John, they don't matter. They were exceptions. The apostles were exceptions. We were meant to rule. We were meant to be kings. We're going to kick some rear in the earth. No. I don't need to kick any rear. Nothing but my own rear.